Good morning, everyone. So today I thought that I would just share with you a really fun and inexpensive way to create a very special gift for a loved one or a person that you would like to share some of your heritage or some of your beliefs and cooking recipes through a cookbook. And it's a very inexpensive way to share a really deep piece of you with someone. This Saturday coming up, my son will be getting married, so I have created a cookbook that I will be honoring my daughter-in-law with. And I just thought I would share with you some of the things that I put into my cookbook to share with my future daughter-in-law. My hope is that she will obviously try some of the recipes, but then pass down some of these recipes that have been in our family for generations. If you watch my channel, you also realize that I am a native-born New Englander, and I actually have ancestors that did come over from on the Mayflower. So some of these recipes are very old, and they have been changed and modified in order to keep with the era that we're in. So I thought first I'd share some of the recipes that were brought over, and just so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's get started. So here we go. I'm in my room on my bed, so that way I have more room to spread out. So this is the cookbook that I bought. I picked this cookbook because it's very simplified, and when you go through it, when you go through the cookbook, you will see how it is broken down just like all cookbooks are. You have your appetizers and your soups and salads, breads and grains, and so on, side dishes, main courses, and so on. This came from Barnes & Noble. It was $24.95. And then what I did is I grabbed some special colors that I liked. And I liked this cookbook because of the fact that we are doing recipes that are being handed down. I like the idea that on here it has where it says a recipe for, and it gives you where you can put, and then it says, from the kitchen of, so who created it, your ingredients, your directions. But then at the very end, it has special memories. So what I did is that I went through, and there was a couple that I have in here which are very unique because of because it's they came over, like I said, from England years and years ago. Also, what I did is I also had my other daughter-in-law, Ashley. She also put some of her recipes that she has also in inside of the cookbook, so that way they have a little bit of them with them as well. This recipe is one of the ones I wanted to show you. So as you can see, this is a strawberry rhubarb pie, and it calls for rhubarb stalks, containers of fresh strawberries, tablespoons of Minute Maid tapioca, and 1/4 of a cup of salt. Now, years ago, back when this recipe was first made, you would not have seen these types of ingredients. You would have had the rhubarb stalks, but as far as the fresh strawberries, you would have had those. We have fresh or frozen. And the tapioca would have been handmade tapioca. It would not have been what you buy in the store, for obvious reasons. And also orange juice. I mean, obviously, they would have not used that at all. Orange juice can be used as another sweetener. And then as it goes down, I put in there exactly how to make it. Then at the very end of this recipe, I put on there under special memories. This recipe has been handed down from century to century. My great-great-grandmother came over as a Puritan in 1651. The original recipe was very different. It read rhubarb stalks and strawberries, cornmeal, wheat stalks, yeast, sugar. This was milled together to create the pie crust. And I go on and on and on and explain the differences that it was from then to now. So when you're putting these all together, and you are creating a recipe book for whether it be a new bride, whether it be for somebody that is, say, coming of age and going to college, you could, and they're going to have their own apartment, or if there is somebody that enjoys cooking and you want to share some of your heritage and history with them, this is all a great way to do that. And I would suggest definitely using pages instead of recipe cards, because cards do not give you enough room. At least with the book, you have plenty of room. And then when you go to assemble it, what I did is I made different piles. So this would be for the main courses, and this is your side dishes. These would be appetizers. Obviously, these are all of your desserts. And then you just go ahead, and what I like about this book is that it is a memory book. It actually is for the purpose. And like I said, I bought this at Barnes & Noble for $24.95. So not a bad price. And if you have a daughter that is actually maybe in a wedding party, or wants to give, is close to the bride or the groom, or wants to give a gift, this would also be a great way for them to do it as well, because you have your math skills, you have organizational skills, you have the writing process, there's a lot involved that will help them to kind of understand and make recipes tangible for them as well. And then they'll be proud of something that they can give that to the bride, or big sister, or big brother, or whatever it may be. These also come with pockets, which I thought was very interesting, where if they actually want to put a card from someone or whatever, they can, or whatever they need to, they can put in there. If there's something that they want to change, they can put the changes, and they can keep it right in there, and it'll be nice and safe. So the next thing that we will need to do after this is, now we need to put these in, put these right in. So the first one is appetizers. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this. Yes, I'm not well equipped yet. This is only my second stream, so I'm not well equipped with, as far as handling the phone, along with, oh, there's my puppy. That's Tommy, sleeping as usual. And then you just go ahead, and you can put these in alphabetically if you want, or maybe how the favorites of the recipes go, so on and so on. And they just clap in like a normal notebook would. And then you go on to the next piece, and I'm just going to actually lay them in here just to show you. Obviously, I'm not putting them in the rings right at the moment. And there's many types of books that are out there that you can actually use to create your family memory recipe book. This is also a fun way to, if you happen to, a snowy, cold, snowy day or rainy day, and you want to just spend some time quietly with a loved one, and just going over some of the recipes and trying to figure out, what you like and what is good. But this is all set. So now all I will have to do is I will just put this inside of a bag and I will hand it off. Now it does take a little bit of time to write out all the recipes, so you will need to give yourself time in advance in order to do this. This is also a great wedding shower or bridal shower uh, gift or game, and you could have everyone bring from your bridal shower, bring a favorite recipe, have them write it out, have them leave messages at the bottom, and then at the end you can just go ahead and assemble it for the bride and give it to them. But I just thought, with the wedding coming up and knowing that this is what I am going to pass down from another generation, I figured I would just stream it just so that you could see it and maybe get some inspiration. Okay, well, have a great day. Thanks.